Well, hello there, friends. And today we're doing a show that a lot of you have asked. It's got to be one of the most requested recipes, Demi Glace. How do we make a Demi Glace? Well, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, friends. We started with a 22-quart pot full of flavors, full of vegetables and bones and all kind of goodies. And we brought it down, all the way down to a 4-quart pot. We have eliminated all the water and intensifying the flavor all in a little 4-quart pot. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Remember, thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to ring the bell. Stay tuned, friends. We're making Demi Glace. Okay, friends. Well, this is going to be a little long video. It's very technical. I made beef stock in the channel a long time ago. A lot of you have not seen it. But to make a demi glace is special. The classical way of making a demi glace, you would have to make an Espanol sauce, and then you would have to make a light brown stock. Put them together and cook them, and that's a classic demi glace. A lot of work, great if you have a kitchen with 20 cooks to do. At home, let's make a new version of it, of a demi glace. Let's make it a much easier version. And what it is, it's going to be a beautiful beef stock that we're going to reduce down into a glaze. And it's really important because we're going to remove all the water. You know, water is the enemy. When we remove the water, what do? We're intensifying the flavor and the texture. And remember, the texture is a conductor of flavor, friends. So, I got bones. And you can buy them. I bought them online because, believe it or not, in Fort Lauderdale, there's only 1 or 2 butcher shops, and it's like pulling teeth to get bones. So you get this person, I think it's called this company is called Wild Fork. I think they have stores all over the country. And but it depends what country you're in. You normally can go to your butcher and say, hey, I need some bones. I go to Whole Foods or my butcher where I buy beautiful steak, and I say, I got bones. Bone? We ain't got no bones. And then you go to Publix, my grocery store, I ask bones, and I might as well put stone. They got bone with nothing in it. There's no marrow, there's nothing in it. I said, that's not good. So that company, Wild Fork, I ordered, and I got myself 12 pounds of bones. What kind of bone did I get? Well, I got oxtail, I got neck bone. Neck bone I don't have much marrow, but they got a lot of meat, and we need the meat also, that caramelization to create some beautiful Maillard reaction. It's going to be very important. And then we got the marrow bone from the chin, and this is all that marrow right there. It's frozen, you don't see it, but the bone has been cut. So they were not that expensive. I spent, with all this right there, I spent $45. $45 seemed like a lot, but I'm going to make a lot, my friends. I'm going to make myself a huge pot. Look at this, okay? This is going to be 22 quarts that I'm going to make. When you make this, friends, you want to make a lot because it's a lot of work. You're going to see it's a lot. Now, you don't have to make all this. You could divide it in half and get yourself a smaller pot and do the same work, okay? But I'm going to go over real quick, all right? So we got the bones. Make sure you do a nice balance between the marrow bones and the bones that have the meat in it. It's very important, okay? And then I got onion. I got 3 big onions. You see right there, look how big they are. You know, depends where you are in the world. This is organic onion that we get right here in Fort Lauderdale. One thing we have good here is onion. Sometimes you got little onion like that. Depends what country you're in. You got little onions. So you got to use a lot of onion. And then I got some tomato paste, friends. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to rub tomato paste all over this, you see? And I got right there about 22 ounces of tomato paste. And it's very important that we caramelize that tomato paste, my friends. And we're going to put it all over, and then I'm going to put them in an oven. I got an oven going at about 450 degrees. And what I'm going to do, now, the only vegetables that I'm going to roast is the onion. Because as we know, the onion, when you caramelize them, they get sweeter. The celery, the carrots, and the leeks, then we're gonna also put on there. We don't need to do that. So this is 22 ounces. Again, like I said, I'm gonna write the recipe exactly the way I have it. But don't be measuring, friends. If you got a little extra tomato paste, or if you have less tomato paste, if you have less bone, it's okay. It's just, we're not sending a man on the moon, I always say, where it has to be so precise. We're not baking, we're cooking. And it's okay if it's not perfect. So you mix this up, my friends, and then I'm gonna pop them in the oven. And then when it's beautiful caramelized, and it's gonna take a while, I'm gonna put them in now, and then probably in a half hour from now, I'm gonna open up the oven, I'm gonna take them out, I'm gonna mix them, I'm gonna rotate them, so then they have that tomato on all sides, and it's nice and golden brown. So my friends, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna come back, and this, to me, is therapeutic. Therapeutic. How do you say it? Therapeutic? How do you say it? Okay, whatever. All right, so it's some word are very difficult to say in English, friends. Anyway, it's good for you to do. I love it. And do the quantity, okay? Fine. You don't want to do a small part of this. This will last you 17 years in the freezer, minimum. And I promise you, this will last forever in the freezer. And the beauty is I'm going to show you how to make it in small dose so when you have a sauce. Oh, we'll talk about this later. I'm going to go in the oven and put it in. Then I'll give you more details about what do we put for seasoning, or do we season it, and why not, and why, all right? So I'm going to pop them in the oven, and I'll be back when I got some beautiful caramelization. Okay, friends, well, it took 2 hours. Takes a long time. And another thing that I forgot to tell you, but Jack filmed me while I was doing it. I mixed the tomato paste in there with my hands all over the place before I put them in the oven, so they were really well covered. And while they were in the oven for 2 hours, about 2 or 3 times, I took them out, mixed them again, take them out, mixed them again, because otherwise, otherwise they're gonna, some of them are gonna burn, they're not gonna be done correctly. So a trick that I want to show you that I've learned a long time ago, friends, is you take a hot water. It gotta be hot water, especially if you have a lasagna pan, and you put it in here like this. Put hot water. If you don't put hot water, you think it'll pop. Put pop. It could explode. I'm telling you, they do. I gotta tell you a funny story. I always got a funny story. You put it in hot water, and you know what you do? You remember you're gonna put water in there, right? Anyway, the whole thing, and you mix them up, and you know what that does? That helps you clean the bottom of the pot. And then you don't waste any of the goodies. Okay, you don't want to miss any of these goodies. So it's very important you put hot water, no cold water. I'll tell you the story real quick. Well, one day I'm doing my cooking class and I'm making beautiful potato au gratin. I got this beautiful lasagna pan potato au gratin, gorgeous, right? Take them, right, you were not there, but I'm telling you. I take them out of the oven and I put them on my counter, and on the counter was cold water. And I didn't know it, because I didn't see it, obviously. I took it out and put it there, and the second I put it out, bam, it exploded. I mean, I had a room full of people, glass went everywhere. We were so lucky nobody got hurt. But it broke down in million pieces. So be careful when you take out a hot lasagna pan. Don't put it somewhere where there's cold water. Friends, enough of the story, okay? I'm going to take all these goodies right there. It smells amazing. I was watching this video some guy did. He said, it smells terrible. I don't know who wanted to do the recipe like that. This smells like amazing. It's amazing. The caramelization of the bone is amazing. So I'm going to take all this. I'm going to put it in my big pot. And then we're going to put all the vegetables, and I'm going to talk about the rest of it. All right? So let me put all this in a pot, friends. It's going to take me a few minutes. I see you in a few minutes. Okay, friends. I'm insisting again. It smells amazing. Jack wanted to eat the bones. No, we gotta. He wanted to eat the marrow. So now you're not eating nothing. Put him on a diet. So, friends. Oh, by the way, I changed the apron. I had the apron there to protect my jacket. I don't like my jacket to get dirty. I don't like it when you go in the kitchen and the chef jacket is all dirty. In my restaurant, I have 3 jackets. I would change it during the night. I couldn't have it. Just a dirty jacket. It happened though, you know, you're cooking, all of a sudden, boom, tomato sauce. Tomato sauce, the number one. Anyway, friends, I got 4 big leeks in here. Make sure you wash them. A lot of sands in the leek, okay? And voila, we're gonna put them in there. You know, you can use all the dark green part of it. Oh, the celery. I left that here because I don't like the leaves. You see a lot of people that say, "Oh, put the leaves, they taste good." Really? It tastes good? Maybe they haven't tested them, okay? Taste the leaves of the celery. You tell me if they taste good, okay? Yeah. Some people sometimes, oh yeah, put the leaves in there. They taste delicious. No, they don't taste delicious. No, this tastes delicious. This, my friend, is 2 whole stalk of celery. Whole stalk, the stalk. The stalk, right? That's how you say it, right, Jack? Stalk of celeries. And then I got right here 2 pounds of carrots. I don't peel them. I wash them, but I don't peel them. Okay? 2 pounds of carrots. And here, my friends, this is a must. This is the stem of the celery. The parsley. I don't know what to tell you. This is it gives you a je ne sais quoi. You have to have it. The stem of the parsley in it. I don't know why. I mean, I know why, because without it, it's just not the same. Thyme. Thyme. Thyme is the only herbs that is floral, goes with everything. Think about if I were to put rosemary in there, or sage. You know how strong, right? Sage is, rosemary, tarragon. You know, you put those herbs in there, then everything you cook with this stock is gonna taste like tarragon or sage or rosemary. Thyme? When is the last time you said to yourself, oh, this got a little thyme? Thyme is so floral. It disappears. It is you must have it. Thyme, fresh thyme. Boom. Put it in here. And don't worry about peeling it, doing anything. This is guy gonna cook for 14 hours. All right? Then you're gonna put the 29 black pepper thing. I didn't count them, just like a handful of pepper of thing, right? Bay leaf. Look at those bay leaves. They're huge bay leaves. You know, bay leaves are good, but if you don't cook them, they don't taste like nothing. All right, my friends? I'm gonna fill this up with water. Up to here. Fill them up. Cold water. I'm gonna bring it to boil. And the minute it boils, I'm gonna reduce it down and I'm gonna let it go the slowest I can possibly get it for 14 to 18 hours. And I mean like bloop, 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 like it give you a little bloop, bloop, bloop. Check at the bottom every so often. If you have a dog, keep them out of the kitchen, okay? Lock the door. Otherwise, in the middle of the night, they're going to go, ooh, that smells delicious in there. What have we got on the stove? So watch out. Or put it in the garage or something. I don't know. Do something. But you can't let the pets, because they smell it, and they're going to go so little, bloop, bloop, bloop. They're not going to know it's hot. Plus, they're going to make a mess. See, I give you advice how to deal with you cats and dogs. Friends, I'll be back in about 14 hours. We'll see how it goes. And then I'll tell you what we're going to do after. We're going to get rid of everything, and then we're going to reduce it, and we're going to make the Demi Glace. All right, friends? That's it for now. I'll see you in a little while. Okay, friends. This is the next day. All night it went on, and I want to show you. First of all, remember, when it goes on there, you just got very, very little bloop, bloop, bloop. The lowest possible setting you have on your electric or your gas stove, the lowest possible setting. Now, it's best if every few hours you check the bottom to make sure it doesn't stick. But you see, look, this is the burner I had it on, and this is where I started on. See how much bigger that is? The lowest possible setting, the lowest thing, same thing with gas. And you're going to get little bloop, 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 bloop. And every so often you have to check it. Now, very important, friends, when you get, you're getting ready to strain it the next day after 12, 14, 16, 18 hours, however many you can do it, okay? I want you to check the bottom of it. And if you feel, do it with a wooden spoon or a metal spoon and check the bottom. And if you feel there is any burning bits, because it could happen if you didn't mix it at all for 12, 14 hours, there's a good chance, I don't care how low you have it, you're going to have some burnt bits. Don't mix them. Don't mix the burnt bits, okay? Just remove everything, leave the burnt bits at the bottom, because you don't need to mix them. You don't need to flavor the whole thing with your own. If there's a little bit, it really won't matter. All right? Now, look, see, we started right there, friends. You see right there? See right there at the beginning? That's where we started, right? The pot was filled all the way to the top, and look how much we lost, okay? And this is only the beginning of the reduction. We got to get rid of all that water to intensify in the flavor. And what I do, I show you the way I do it. See, I go in there now, and I strain everything. And in order not to get to lose too much liquid, what I do is I go like this. Is that good right there, Jack? And I go like this in a colander. You see? Now, a lot of people say to me, well, what do we do with the vegetables, the thing? Now, if you have the big bones, I think the big bones are, actually, you know what? I'm not going to say they're good to give to the dog, because every time I say that, there's some veterinarian that say, don't give cooked bone to the dogs because they spleen and they're no good for them. So don't give it to the dog. Do whatever you want with it, but don't give it to the dog, okay? Look, here's what I do, right? I strain the whole thing like that, and now what's going to happen is I'm taking a lot of liquid as I'm doing this, and it's okay because you see I have the colander, and I'm not wasting it. And when this is completely dry, then I take that liquid right there and I put it back. And then, of course, we're going to strain it again later on. But first, we're going to do that, all right? I'm going to get all those solids out. Then I'm going to put it in a smaller pot, and then I'll come back. And then we're going to do the process of the reductions, all right? Right now, all we have is a nice stock. We need to take that stock down to a reduction to a demi, all right? So I see you in a little while when all that is clean, and I'm in a smaller pot. Okay, friends, I wanted to show you an update. I want to give you an update so you see. Now, of course, you may not have as big of a pot, as big of a thing, but you still, the process is the same. Look, all the bones are here. See, I got rid of most of the bones. They're not in there. So now I need to give it a strain. I need to strain it more. So what I do is I get myself a pot that I'm estimated is going to be the needed. And then what I do is I take my stock at this time, right? And I go like this. And then it's going to get to a point. By the way, this is a double mesh strainer. That means it's very thin. Nothing goes through. And if it gets stuck in here like that, what you do, you take your ladle and you rub the bottom of it. You see, look. You rub the bottom of it, and what you're doing, you're opening the holes, and it goes through. I probably put a little too much in there. Don't put so much. So it's easier to do what I'm doing right now. You see, friends? And now I'll show you. I'll show you what you're getting. You have to be able to scrape it. Don't put so much. Don't fill it up so much. You see? Look. All right, look. And this, my friends, you don't want this in your stock. You see right there? This stuff right there? You don't want this in there, okay? This is what's going to make it cloudy, and you don't want this. This, we want it out of there, all right? You put it on your compost. It's fabulous for the compost, all right? I'm going to continue to do this. Then I have this part right there, and I'm going to bring it to boil, and I'm going to start the reduction, all right? That's all I wanted to show you. So you have it. All right, I'm going to continue doing this. Okay, friends, and the reduction continues. We went from a 22-quart pot to a 9-quart pot. And that's only the beginning, friends. So we're going to let that go. We're going to reduce pot. It's like when you make a balsamic vinegar, you reduce barrel. And the idea is to get rid of the water. Water, well, as we know, is the enemy of food. As you get rid of the water, you're intensifying the flavor. And then when you use your Demi Glace, you replace the water with good stuff like wine or stock. You replace it with other things than just water. This is a condense. So we're going to let it reduce. So I will see you when I have about half of that remaining. Okay, friends, well, I forgot to tell you a very important thing. I always forget something. At some point, we want to get rid of all the fats. We can do it at any time, really, but it takes refrigerating. So if you need to take a break from cooking it because you don't have time to do it all, like last night I had to take a break from cooking it because I was doing some other thing and I needed my stove. So I took it out and I put it in the fridge overnight. And when you put it in the fridge overnight, all of the fat rises to the top. So then I won't have to do it later. It's done. So the fat is going to rise to the top, and all we have to do is take it out. So you may get lucky to take it out at one big piece if you have enough. It depends. Or you're going to take it out just in little pieces like this, okay? And we're not going to waste this. In fact, I'm going to take another. I'm going to take one of those right there, and then I won't take as much of it. I'm going to remove the fat. Now, depends the bone you're using. You're going to have more or less fat. It all depends, okay? But no matter what, we need to remove it. We don't want it. And when it's all removed, then I'm going to bring it to boil again, and the reduction is going to start. So however long it takes, we're going to reduce it at least by half. All right? So I'm going to continue getting rid of all this fat right there that we don't want. And I'll see you when I reduce it by half. I'm going to change pot. I'm going to go to a smaller pot. And we're going to keep reducing it. And then you see, like right here, this is all goodness right there already. Look, if you were just to use that as a stock, you could just drink that stuff. Well, remember, no salt, no pepper, because you'll use the salt, the pepper, the seasoning in your sauce. So this is the making of it, all right? It's very exciting. All right, friends, I'm going to bring it to boil. And actually, I'm probably going to give it a clean pot. Going to make it easier to clean. Otherwise, if I start boiling all this is going to cook more. So I'll just get a clean pot and start my reduction. So I'll see you when I have at least half of it gone. All right, see you in however long it's going to take me to do it. It'll be quick for you, though. Well, look at how much we reduced again. And now we're going to go to a smaller pot. If you want to leave it in the same pot, leave it in the same pot. Just make sure, friends, as you are reducing it every half hour, you walk by and you do this, okay? You shake the bottom because it'll stick in the bottom if you're not careful. And you don't want to do it too high, obviously, because it'll splatter all over your stove. So I got it on a medium. Yeah, medium. That'd be between low and high, all right? I'm going to let it reduce a little bit. Then I'm going to put it in this pot, and then we're going to continue reducing it, all right? So we'll see you after this is done. All right, friends. Well, don't think you're going to make a Demi Glace real quick. It's a 2 to 3 day process. Think about this, friends. We went from a 22 quarts to a 9 quarts to a 6 quarts, all the way down to a 4 quarts. And look what we have. We have this beautiful, rich, silky, amazing Demi Glace. That, my friends, is a Demi Glace. So at this point, there's hardly any water. I mean, of course, there still is some water product in it, but you have to be careful. If you reduce it too much, then you're going to bruise it. You're going to burn it, actually. I mean, not burn it, literally, because you'll be careful. But no matter what, whenever you cook, you always got to remember, you got to be there mixing it, because the solids are going to fall on the bottom, and they will stick, so we have to be careful. So now at this point, friends, what we want to do is we want to be able to freeze it. If we want to be able to freeze it where we can use it easily, I found then the easiest way to do this, friends, is to put it in ice cube trays. Find yourself some ice cube trays that have a soft bottom, like this guy right there, so you can just pop them as an ice cube. You can make it big, or if you cook for 1 or 2 people at the time, you need a small one. Here it is, small one. Or if you have a lot left, you can put them in a 16-ounce container or an 8-ounce container or the smaller size, and you freeze them, right? Put a date on it. And then depends how many people you're cooking for, you'll take according to the size you need. And I'll use them every so often in the channel, and you'll see it. So what we do, we are careful to do this very nicely. We fill it up all the way to the top, and I'm going to continue to do that. Then I'm going to put them in the freezer. And when they're nice and cold, I will show you what they look like. So we'll be back when they're out of the freezer. We'll continue to do that. Okay, well, one more day passed. Told you it was a long process, friends. So when they come out of the ice cube tray, when they're cold, you want to take them out of there. And you leave them at room temperature for an hour, 45 minutes, however long it takes for you to be able to pop them. See, to pop them out of there. See, they pop right out. But I've had those out for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And then you put them like this on a cookie sheet. Same thing with the little one. See, just pop them out. See, look, pop them out. You won't be able to do that when they first come out of the freezer, friends. They're not going to come out easy when they first come out of the freezer because it's too hard, right? And so you put them in baggies. And then when you make a sauce, you take one or two. You'll see, you'll get used to it. And your sauce is going to be at a whole different level. So it's an easy way to store it. And it's a convenient way for you to use it. You don't have to take, unless you do big quantity like this. This is an 8-ounce container. So when I have a party of 6, I take this. And if I have I'm cooking for more people, then I take the big one. So it depends how many people you're cooking for. Now, if you don't want to freeze them for some reason, you can keep them in the fridge, but they're not going to last very long. And you see, you got that jello consistency of jello. Now, some people add gelatin to it, and it makes them shine, and it gives them more of a body. But no, it's not necessary. I'm against adding it to a stock. I think it's beautiful like that. It's got enough of a consistency. But this will not last in your fridge more than a week. So it's up to you. If you're going to need it right away, great. But this is the easiest way to do it. Friends, I know it was a long process. It's not something you do every day, but one weekend, it's rainy out there, make some Demi Glace. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring the bell. Thanks for watching, friends. Now I can freeze them like this, you see. I don't want to freeze them in a baggie because, so now I'm going to do, I forgot to tell them that, but I am going to put them in the freezer so they're cold, and then you can put them in a baggie. You want to separate them, you see, because the fact that I left them out 20 minutes, I do that so I can take them out, but I want them to not stick to each other, so that's why I'm going to freeze them again this way. You see, I freeze them again separate, and then when they're hard, then I can put them in a baggie, and then they're not going to stick. Okay, because if I put them in a baggie now, they're going to touch each other and they're going to stick. You see what I mean? So I should have told them that, but I'll make a note in the recipe. All right, that's it. That's all we did. I hope they like it.